Okay, hello, my name is Ami Page, and I immigrated from Japan to the U.S. in February of 18, and this is my immigration story. So I came here on a spousal visa. I married my husband after he returned from his mission. So he went to Japan on his mission, and then after the 2 years, he came back and we got married. At first, I was on a school visa in America just so I could spend time with him here. And then we did all the paperwork so that I could live here with him. I did not give up my Japan citizenship for a U.S. citizenship. I just have a green card, because if I want a U.S. citizenship, I actually have to give up my citizenship in Japan, and then it would make it harder for me to see my family there. For a spousal visa, I filled out over 20 documents, and it took about 15 months for me to actually get it approved. I spent $1,200 for the visa, and I had a lot of help from my grandma and also from my mother-in-law filling out documentations. It usually takes about 10 to 13 months to do the documentation, getting it approved, but it took a little bit longer for us because Trump was elected into office, and he was changing stuff in the system, so it took a little bit longer. You can find some of the benefits of spousal visas versus fiancé visas at the U.S. Department of State. One of the forms stating that your marriage is a relationship, is approximately $535. Another application package for just some of the papers you have to fill out is $445, and that's just a little bit of how the paperwork that you have to pay for is. You can find that information about immigration resources at boundless.com. A big issue today in America is the Mexican border and the building of the Trump wall. I don't think a lot about it personally because I didn't immigrate from Mexico, but I do think people should follow the laws because it makes it harder for the people that are trying to follow the laws to immigrate here a lot harder. I realize it is a long and complicated process, but I feel like it's very worth it if you do want to be a citizen here and have those rights. One of the rights I don't have, since I'm not a U.S. citizen, is voting. So I don't actually have a say in the Mexican versus U.S. border. And I have to rely on my husband, family, and friends here to vote for me. Right now at the wall, there have been a lot of protests since elections are nearing. And since October 12th, they did have a protest where people were having traffic held up from people crossing the border, and officials had to get involved and take action. They actually had to shoot them with those rubber bullets to get them out of the way. I personally don't think you should have to shoot rubber bullets at people, but then again, if they are holding up traffic and causing a lot of issues with people who are trying to do it the legal way, and there is no other action, then I guess that should be the action taken. You can find this at High County News. The best part about immigrating to the U.S. has been I get to be with my husband. Another great thing is I get to open my own nail salon. Right now I'm working about 12 hours a day, Monday through Saturday, just starting it up. It's a lot to work, but it's well worth it. Some of the worst parts about being an immigrant to the U.S. is the food. I can't find anything that tastes like home, and it's not as good. The other thing is the language. I did speak English before I came to America, but sadly I did not pick up on the slang easily. And Americans speak really fast, so my translation didn't catch up while they were trying to speak to me. I felt really isolated because of this, and I felt like I was being stereotyped as a Japanese woman, and I felt like people perceived me in a different way, and and so my husband and I got 2 dogs, and I didn't feel as much alone, and I really like animals. I would totally immigrate here again. I'm really grateful for the things that I have learned, and I'm grateful for the business that I can open. I'm the only person in my family who's actually immigrated to the US. In Japan, we stereotype Americans like every other country. We think you guys are kind of silly and dumb, but moving here, I realized that you guys really aren't, and so I feel like when I talk to my family, I have to defend you guys and help them understand that you guys are not all dumb and that you do have a lot of good things about you guys. I love my husband. I'm so glad that I met him, and I'm so glad that I am an American immigrant, and I'm so glad that I'm here on a spousal visa, and that is my immigrant story. Thank you.
Cards.
Here are my note cards.
Yeah, I don't know that I blame the rest of the world for